The Eastern Army's attempt to achieve a quick victory over the West proved impossible. This battle has shifted the balance of power back into the West's favor. The casualties are already mounting. Both sides are struggling to overcome public outcry and rumblings of mutinies in their armies. Memories of the hardships of the Succession War are still fresh in people's minds. Tran finds himself involved in the war through circumstances beyond his control. Casimir seems determined to take the throne at any cost. But how is Casimir one step ahead at every turn? Tran is determined to confront Casimir directly to get answers, and ultimately, to seek justice. It seems the only path is to win this war. Tran resolves to stay the course and lead his forces against the Eastern armies. It seems that the whims of war leaves him with little choice. To begin with, we're going to go ahead and start recruiting this legendary Tier 3 Valkyrie. She is a Field Marshal, which is the same thing as Lysander, but though I don't know if these traits can stack, so I don't know if I would benefit from having two of these on the field at the same time. Nonetheless, I aim on collecting everybody, so gotta catch them all. This is John the Ice Mage. He's not a named mercenary in that he's not a special one. The worst part is his affinity of fire makes him have lower natural magic growth. The affinity has actually nothing to do with his class. It's just unfortunately this makes a low magic growth, which is bad for wizards. So I will hire him for his Sunstone. That's a shame because I kind of like the idea of Arcane Vigor. Overpower? I actually have lots of acolytes or paladins or whatever you want to call them. I mean, they're acolytes right now because I haven't spent any Sunstones on them, but basically I have a whole bunch of melee female warriors who are strength based with overpower. Probably like 6 or 8 of them. Not that I have made this morale shattering team, but it's kind of a cool idea. So we might even keep this one. Then we have Janina. She is just good for her jumps. Alright, let's take a look at the trader. As you can see, we also have Landis Mirage. This is awesome. Look at this, minus 50% damage taken from archery and firearms. Combine that with the Lady Claremont we just get, and this Bronze Arena token. This was worth the loading that I had to do to get this drop list or sales table, whatever. Buy. We'll buy the evasion, and I'll show you what I'm doing with that in a minute. Buy that and buy that. Alright, so currently I have already assembled my teams. The next map has up to 15 deployment, and I have 17 squads. So I picked 2 that didn't get used. Barnabas, because he's level 68. That is still quite a bit higher than most people. For example, we look at the next one over, Stefan's only level 16. Abigail is the other one that we're not bringing in. She is level 31. My characters kind of run the gamut of what levels they are. Our main character, he's set up with a team of rogues. I don't know if this will work out, but I mean, anybody can... You can pretty much get this next achievement just by bringing archers. I want to see if I can do this with assassins. This next achievement is basically to defeat an opponent. So we're gonna try to do that. All right. We also have this dragon over here, and I've done some testing, and it doesn't really seem that it's necessary. So I have found out through a limited testing that I did not need to use CP codexes on the previous Drakeling. So a CP codex gives you 500 XP towards your class level. So 2 of them would pretty much get you to a tier 2 class. The tier 1 is a Drakeling, the tier 2 is a dragon. Their growth rate appears to be the same. Now I've only done limited testing. I went from 13 to 35, I believe, running my characters through whatever arena tokens I have available to me at this moment. Going from 13 to 35 straight up as a dragon and 13 to 35 straight up as a Drakeling, and the stat growth is the same. So that's limited testing. I have not yet been able to test red dragons, blue dragons, silver dragons, see if their growth rates are different. For example, red dragon I think might be magic based or something. I have a tutorials. Yeah, red dragon's a magic base, so I have no idea if, for example, red dragon will get more magic, and maybe a silver dragon will get more strength. So I don't know. But that is something I have thought about. All right, and Barnabas is still not ready to rank up. Maybe is there someone else who's available for ranking up that I'm interested? Percy's always kind of been a staple, but I make him change classes a lot. He has changed from a centurion to an archer. He's done a lot of fluctuations. As for my mercenaries, like, this is what they are as their default. Oh, wait, no, Alphonse is not a Zweihander as default. He's actually a... Why is he as... Oh, probably because I was trying to save his obsidian. Yeah, I don't have enough obsidian for him. That's why I probably changed to a Zweihander. Just for a minute. But yeah, Alphonse is a champion by default. Zatini, again, I've been leveling him up as a warbow, so I would like to get him to max out as a warbow first. Clarimon, she doesn't have the class points. Valkyries are pretty good, so she'd probably stay that. Kaffy, the Sword Curious, I've been leveling up as a Valkyrie. So, like, I haven't actually gotten somebody... I know what these proofs of merits do, I just haven't found one I want to use it on. Like Jules, I might want him to be a warbow. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep him as a raider, but still. So what a proof of merit does is it basically gives me a golden version of this character. And they will not be able to class change, which means I will not be flexible or be able to fluctuate anymore. And that's a shame because my characters are bouncing all over the place from class to class once they've unlocked one. Now that being said, I wish that you had got some sort of bonus for unlocking a class, but I don't know that there is any. For example, this team of rogues here, I don't happen to have a lot of people who level up as rogues. I'm going to tell you that. It would be nice if a person who mastered soldier and rogue got some sort of bonuses over someone who just mastered rogue, right? Or just mastered soldier. But that is why I have not yet used the proof of merit, because I bounce all over the place with what these classes are. Like Valkyrie, I could change it to a Valkyrie one, because those are my favorite female units. And they're very expensive, and I don't know. Maybe they're not as good as as I think they are. Abigail, maybe, I don't know. Can she change it to a... Yeah, she can change it to a Valkyrie. I just don't have the resources at the moment for her. I have no horses, right? At the moment. I'm sure I have some spare units in storage, basically, right here. Alright, let's go ahead and check out our supports for this chapter. We have Tran, Raskuja, Heart of the Jungle. Raskuja, join me for a moment. I will comply as the human requests. Not in order, I just want to talk. I know so little about your people. What is your homeland like? Baraktor homeland is deep within what humans call Island of Sonara. Very far reaches of this world. Jungle outside is dangerous, filled with many aggressive beasts. But when one reaches Baraktor villages, one reaches jungle paradise. Baraktor grow jungle fruits that are desired around the world. Perhaps someday you taste. That sounds amazing. Why in the world would one even leave? Baraktor people struggle. Many years ago, human lands contact with us more. We trade goods, we mutual prosper. Baraktor expand and grow population. But since recent years, isolation. Baraktor no longer can support itself completely. Our warrior class finding opportunity as mercenary, such as Raskuja. We buy what need from human lands to sustain Baraktor people. Raskuja have many, as you say, nephew and niece. Need food, clothing. Raskuja's clan elevate him to high status in return for human money earned. I see. Taking care of little Baraktor cubs. You're an honorable man. Cat. Catman? Raskuja is always happy to share. This conversation considered free of cost. Oh, well, what a relief. Ponderings on modernity. Lysander, I'm glad we finally get a chance to slow down and reflect. What do you think of the museum? I never did care for modern art. Splashes of color here and there. 9th century is more to my liking. There is beauty and virtue in depicting the real and the true, indeed as there is vice in distorting it, as 10th century pretenders would do well to learn. Yeah, I can see that. And in regards to the beauty of our civilization itself, its architecture, it seems stripped away in the very same regard, making way for more coldly utilitarian designs. It is as if those who drive culture today prefer to mock the pursuit of beauty rather than embrace it. Why do you think that is? Haughty has subjected itself to a lot more war than for most for the last millennium. Yes, that is a part of it. But at least now I take solace knowing that there still exists 2 connoisseurs of proper culture in the world. Was it really the Succession War? In my view, there has been a creeping, grinding cultural upheaval since the Ethereum crisis ended. However, I do believe that the shock to the fabric of our society wrought by the Succession War exposed a festering wound for all to see. So one may very well conclude that the Succession War was solely responsible for this feeling. This intuitive feeling so many of us know, but are unable to properly convey. That something is not quite right. That purpose has been stripped away from our lives. And how do we get it back? Just as it did not decay overnight, it will not be restored quickly, perhaps not even in our lifetimes. But one thing we do know is that you are now the beacon of salvation for the Denari faithful. Broader purpose may have to come from you, for the time being. You expect a lot from me, friend. If not you, then who? That avaricious snake, Casimir? Men like him cannot inspire, nor truly shape the future. I cannot do it alone. Continue to walk the path of righteousness, and you will always have me, and so many others, committed to your cause without reservation. Thank you. Is that everything? Oh yeah, tech tree. Alright. We've unlocked the ability to finally do Dragoons, Gunners, and Siege Cannons. I would probably only deploy Siege Cannons at this time. And even then, I'm hesitant only because I know it's going to lower my magic stat. Not that it truly matters, because every one of these gunner classes plus crossbows gets a massive negative 50 penalties magic. So you'd have to have a dude higher than 50 magic in order for you to even notice you're losing magic over time. Crossbows do gain magic, but the others lose magic over time. I mean, it's not that big a deal, it just feels bad. Eventually I want to get to the industrial furnace, that'll really help me out. And get this just to make sure we have some alternatives here. Alright, let's see. 3, 6, okay, 10. Let's hit the next mission then. Isanter Palace, headquarters of the Western Army. That predictable oaf, Terranor. Like a child playing with a cannon, the man deserves not the power he wields. It should be a simple matter to overcome an oaf. Would that I could wish it true, Diana. Harold, what are we looking at? 60,000 men against our own 20,000, my lord. An unknown amount of gun and cannon divisions from the Imperial Army will be backing Terranor as well. Our first heavy cavalry has finally mobilized at Fort Fendorian, giving us some breathing room. And we have the Temple Warriors on our side. As long as we control the river, let the Eastern Army come. We will destroy bridge after bridge until their supplies run dry. Make them starve for going on the offensive. Terranor might just be dull-witted enough for that to work. You have learned nothing since the Succession War. Who is this disrespectful child? You will redress this council properly. Tran, was it? This is the one who was key in recapturing Trucea. Tran. The enemy has more men and material. You cannot hope to win a war of attrition. But their army is retreating and regrouping since their loss at Trucea. The time to strike is now while they are off balance. If not now, then never. If they were to lose Fort Eureeka, it would be a painful effort for them to continue offensive operations. You can't expect me to just commit my soldiers to this. Duke Lethair, we have reason to trust in Tran's judgment. I will accept personal responsibility if Tran's plan fails. This adventure is a failure. Your personal responsibility will mean very little to us when the enemy has removed all of our heads. The If we can shock Terranor with a dramatic move, he may lose his enthusiasm for war. This land does not need another generation lost. Tran, we will support you how we can. Donar be with us. I can't guarantee anything, but a small chance is better than no chance. I sincerely hope you know what you're doing, Diana. I do not presume to know. All that matters is that I believe. Upper balcony, Imperial Palace at the capital. So, not even the mighty Kuroda could best the orphan. The one you call an orphan has many powerful allies. Your people had us believe we would go almost unopposed. We were not prepared. So be it. There will be another chance. Did you have a chance to review my message? Yes, you need a problem solved. I cannot expand on why, but this mission is but one part of a greater one. We will save this country, Kuroda, from itself and its past folly. Countless men just like you have used men like me to further their ambitions from the shadows. It is a dance as old as time. Truly a man of your craft, how honorable. I cannot stress enough the importance of timing. You must monitor the situation. When the target leaves to try to stop the war, that is when he must die. No sooner, no later. 273 targets have fallen to my hand. It'll be as routine as morning tea. What a noble life you lead. As you have been paid in advance, we must never meet again. Donar be with you, or whatever it is they say. The False One's army is on the move. Seems they have punched above their weight, and I have serious doubts about Duke Terranor's abilities, if I may be critical. Beatrix, time for you to go to the battlefield and reinforce the Remorg army.
Not that I mind roasting entire armies alive, but tell me, old man, why should I?
You know why, my daughter. You are destined for untold greatness. People like us, we are meant to reshape this world as we see fit. For now, we have an opportunity to grind the nobles to dust before us. The war must rage on and drain the blood of Verdia dry. Yet again.
Alright, why not? You always did know how to sate my hunger for novelty.
Just don't put yourself in unnecessary risk, Beatrix. This is not our fight, and I cannot bear to lose you now.
Oh, relax. Just sit back and watch the barbecue.
Chapter 11, Deadly Gambit.
Bonanza. So many little toy soldiers on the battlefield, just for me. Very well. My actions today will grease the wheels of power, so be it.
Just enough to stop their momentum, Beatrix. Don't kill everyone right now. We need more time to prepare for the next phase.
Quiet, old man. I was born for this. It's time, my poor little soldiers. Come to Beatrix.
So these groups here will clash against these groups here. You'll note that this allied fortress has no bearing on our defeat or victory. If we complete this chapter within 10 turns, however, we get a lot of extra challenge points accomplished, so we should endeavor to do that quickly. To that effect, we're gonna send... What kind of forces do we have here? We got a lot of forest stuff, so definitely the light infantry go to the right. Cavalry to the south. Then it remains to be seen where Sabine heads. Alright, so this is light infantry over here. Is that my only light infantry at this point? Yeah. I've kind of changed everybody up. I have a lot of iron by this point. Let's put light cavalry. Light cavalry. Cavalry. Light cavalry. Light cavalry. I guess Sabine's going this way. Well, actually, I have some infantry. We'll have the infantry go this way then. Infantry. 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 So we got here 5. We got here 5. 6. Then we have 2 flying units. So we'll send 1 flying unit on each side. So we have here 6 units and 5. So I guess we'll send Sabine south and 1 flying unit to each other side. I mean, like, I don't need 15 units. I don't, but I can deploy 15 units, so we're going to. Alright, since this is permadeath, and you know, I can just run them over to the temple. We want to try to avoid having unnecessary casualties. I'm going to assume that if, for example, I run Raskuja out there, he's going to eventually get slaughtered by these other soldiers. So, let me think here.
Repent before the righteous.
Swift as wind, strike like fire.
Now, I don't know if... Now, according to the Torah, you need to start your turn in rough terrain, and then you can do an ambush if you're attacking within rough terrain. So my question is, if I stand here, can they ambush me? That's what I'm wondering. I guess we'll find out. I've never done it that way before, but...
The army is ready.
Where am I needed?
Oh, sorry. Did you need something?
For my people, for my homeland.
Donar, guide my attack.
Stay strong, everyone.
Here comes Sybil, ready or not.
We're going to send Sabine into the thick of it. So yeah, these squads to the right are very, very weak squads, and so it makes the Green Knights look more impressive, which results in a larger fall when they run into Beatrix. Let's real quick review our characters. Everything looks okay. I don't see anything that's alarming, so we're gonna keep trying to run on over here. We may just leave these cavalry units in the dust. We're gonna try to save as many of the green soldiers as we can, I think.
I await your command.
I mean, it's probably not necessary, because I can probably just attack them
Must stay strong.
and keep riding forward, but this is fine. So one of the things that'll happen is they'll continue to harass Sybil, and Sybil will rack up some experience.
They'll notice this one for sure.
She's very unlikely to get to Templar at any time in the near future, because she's a fire affinity, and that's not going to result in good magic gains.
I'm just getting started.
Can't you attack?
Here comes Sybil. Ready or
Oh, that's
not.
my dude. Alright.
Time to end this.
Because, like, Barad, he's level 39. Sybil's level 10. Or 11, sorry. So there's no real reason for them to start picking off these level 18 soldiers or whatever they are. They're 16? Yeah, 16. Now, I know that Sabine is kind of up here as well, but she's also trying to pave the way so I can win within 10 turns. Whereas the Southern team is trying to get over to Beatrix so they can save some lives. No, come on, they're just gonna take my whole turn there.
A paladin never surrenders.
Flying Diana. Truly a fearsome combination.
Bet you didn't see this one coming.
Make sure none of them can reach the castle. Doesn't look like they can.
Battle formations.
Rascuja can sense it prey.
No one sent the light infantry to go get mauled, so
I love this part.
that'd be a bad move. Guess we'll send the flyers on the north flank after all. No, I haven't quite figured out when hills give you a +1 range and when they don't. What I mean is, there are times where I run up to a hill thinking I'll get an extra tile of archery range, and it doesn't happen. I feel like it's more consistent with cavalry archers. Maybe I'm just miscounting, but I feel like I'll see an enemy that's 3 tiles away, and I'll run over it with the light cavalry, and I can't reach them. But I'll run up to an infantry archers, foot archers, I guess, and I reach them just fine on a hill. I don't think there's going to be anybody left by the time I get down there. Allies could be a little bit, I don't know how to say it. They could be a little better so you actually care whether they survive or not.
I'm just getting started.
The battle lies before me.
Did I lose Sybil? Oh no, never mind. Yeah, I still have all my squads.
The time to act is now.
Sayuna will never die.
How can I help, my lord?
One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I mean, I can't really count on the road, so 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll count up for that. So I should be okay inside that little outpost here.
Raskuja is to be ready.
Getting real thirsty here.
Donar be with us.
What's our next tactic?
That mage is some sort of demon! Men of Ice Answer, full retreat!
How dare you! Did I order you to retreat? I am not bored with slaughtering you yet.
Damn, on our own out here. We want something done right. That enemy sorceress single-handedly decimated Isanter's most elite forces. Unless you've got something up your sleeve, Tran, I pray you find a way to avoid sending our troops anywhere near her. Noted. Let's see how this shakes out.
Ready.
For my people, for my homeland. I must stay strong. We will always find a way.
Just using the check to see if I've lost any squads in the hubbub that has just recently occurred.
Oh, sorry. Did you need something?
Actually, no, you're the flyer.
Bet
Duh.
you didn't see this one coming.
Repent before the righteous.
Here comes Sybil, ready or not.
Awaiting your orders.
Telling me who to kill.
They'll notice this one for sure.
Time to even the odds.
Whichever direction Beatrice takes, Tran's rogues will be there waiting for her. What ally phase? You guys are long gone.
battle lies before me.
Let's see if a batch of level 20 to 30 assassins can take out Beatrix in one move. Okay, that was kind of risky because if it didn't work, I was gonna lose this match.
My gracious, these ones are feisty. Oh well, I've had my fill. Have fun playing war, darlings.
Achievement unlocked, Haughty No More. We don't see her again, it'll be too soon. Yeah, so I'm sure that pretty much everybody's gonna hit her with arrows until she goes away.
Stay strong, everyone.
I thought I'd try something different. I definitely have arrows.
Donna, guide my attack.
I love this part.
Where am I needed?
Why can't I go there?
A paladin never surrenders.
Swift as wind, strike like
Just getting started. Here comes Sybil, ready or not.
Break their resolve.
I know I haven't gotten the horse thing yet. I don't think I can do anything with this fort. Now, we have met enemies that are completely stationary. The archers will not leave their wall. Now, I'll click on one of them so you can kind of see what their movement pattern is. If I click on him, you can see that he's willing to walk anywhere on the wall, but he will not take the ramp. I still think it's weird I cannot stand there. I don't know what that's about. Is a character supposed to spawn there or something? Alright, there's no bazaar or anything I need to worry about, right? Would have been nice if I took care of that before I got the achievement, but alright, looks like, yeah, that's gonna be pretty simple.
Getting real thirsty here.
Might be able to do a forced surrender, let's see. Okay, yeah, let's not do that.
Repent before the righteous.
My guys are strong, but they're not unstoppable. If I make the wrong choice, I will get punished for it.
Rascuja can sense and pray.
They'll notice this one for sure.
The army is ready. Ready.
Your command.
Time to end this.
Alright, let's take a look at our mission info. We still have 2 squads neutralized here and here. 1 objective to capture here, so yes, we're pretty much done.
Battle formations.
What do we have here? Gunners, huh? But you have absolutely no range. I don't... I'm tempted to see if Sabine can take care of them, but I feel like I know the answer to that. The answer to that is I'm gonna lose somebody.
I'm just getting started.
sorry. Did you need something?
Where am I needed?
Even if they get more healing than I do damage, I'm okay with this. We can see that I'm still getting levels.
How can I help, my lord? For my people, for my homeland.
Sayuna will never die.
Raskuja is to be ready.
Time to even the odds.
We will always find a way. I must stay strong.